Hello my friends, welcome back to our channel. Before we dive into the tantalizing world of terrifyingly large corporations, a gentle reminder to hit that subscribe button. It's shaped like a little red rectangle, often lurking near a bell icon. Click them both. It helps us, it helps you, it helps the algorithm. It's basically a digital menage a trois of mutual benefit. Now let's get into it. So, we're talking about the biggest companies in the world. And by biggest, we don't mean physical size, although some of their headquarters are probably visible from space. We're talking market capitalization, that magical number that fluctuates more than my faith in humanity after reading the morning news. It's basically a financial scorecard of how much these behemoths are theoretically worth. Think of it like a high-stakes game of corporate top trumps, but instead of comparing horsepower and engine size, we're comparing billions and billions. And well, you get the picture, it's a lot of money. Enough money to solve world hunger probably, but instead we get another iPhone. Don't get me wrong, I love my iPhone, but sometimes I wonder if we have our priorities straight. We'll be counting down the top 5, and trust me, the numbers involved are so astronomically large, they'll make your head spin faster than a fidget spinner in a centrifuge. We're talking numbers that make the US national debt look like loose change found down the back of the sofa. So buckle up, Buttercup, because this is going to be a wild ride through the landscape of late-stage capitalism. Coming in at number 1, it's the fruit-themed tech giant that's seemingly taken a bite out of the global economy, Apple. Now, Apple's market cap is, well, it's a lot. It's the kind of number that requires its own abacus. We're talking trillions, people, trillions. A number so big it sounds made up like a unicorn riding a roller coaster made of rainbows and fueled by pure, unadulterated optimism. In 2024, Apple's value is roughly equivalent to the GDP of a mid-sized country. We're not talking Luxembourg here, folks. We're talking a country with actual, land mass and a population that isn't entirely comprised of bankers. Imagine a country with its own complex economy, its own struggles and triumphs, all neatly packaged into one shiny, overpriced tech company. It's unsettling, to say the least. And how did they achieve this financial Everest? Well, by selling us things we didn't know we needed until they told us we did. Shiny phones, thinner laptops, watches that tell you haven't moved enough, thanks for the reminder, watch, and headphones that cost more than a decent used car. They're the masters of planned obsolescence, convincing us to upgrade our perfectly functional devices every year. It's a testament to their marketing genius, really. They've managed to convince us that paying exorbitant prices for slightly improved versions of the same product is not only acceptable but also desirable. It's like a collective Stockholm syndrome, but instead of kidnappers, we have sleek design and intuitive user interfaces. And you know what? I'm kind of here for it. Coming in at number 2, it's the software giant that once ruled our desktops and now has its sights set on the cloud, Microsoft. Remember Clippy, that annoying little paperclip that offered unsolicited advice? Well, Microsoft has come a long way since then. They've shed their image as the purveyors of clunky software and embraced the world of cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and still slightly clunky software. Microsoft's market cap is, you guessed it, enormous. We're talking another number that requires a scientific calculator and possibly a degree in astrophysics to fully comprehend. It's the kind of number that makes you question the very fabric of reality itself. Like, how can so much money exist in one place? Is it even real? Or is it just a collective hallucination brought on by late-stage capitalism? Their journey from a garage startup to a global behemoth is a testament to the power of adaptation and, let's be honest, a healthy dose of monopolistic practices. They've weathered antitrust lawsuits, navigated the ever-changing tech landscape, and emerged as a dominant force in the digital world. They're like a cockroach of capitalism, they just won't die. And now, with their foray into cloud computing with Azure, they're positioned to dominate the next wave of technological innovation. So, buckle up, because Microsoft is not going anywhere. They're here to stay, and they're bringing their slightly clunky software with them. Right, so Saudi Aramco. Imagine a company so awash in oil money they could probably buy a small country and still have enough left over for, I don't know, a solid gold camel statue. That's Aramco. And when I say small country, I don't mean like Vatican City. I'm talking a place with like actual functioning traffic lights, probably. We're talking about a company whose profits could make Scrooge McDuck blush. Remember that money bin he swims in? Aramco's is bigger, deeper, filled with higher-grade crude, and probably has a slightly less aggressive tax avoidance strategy, although, let's be honest, probably not by much. These guys are swimming in black gold, and they're not afraid to show it. This isn't your friendly neighborhood gas station. This is a behemoth, a titan of the energy world. Well, you get the picture. They pump out so much oil they probably have a dedicated department just to come up with new ways to count all the money. I bet their accounting software requires its own supercomputer. And the sheer scale of this thing is just mind-boggling. Imagine a desert landscape stretching as far as the eye can see, dotted with oil rigs like some kind of dystopian metal forest. Then realize that's just a small part of their operation. It's like comparing a single Lego brick to, well, the entire Death Star made of Legos, only more flammable. So, Alphabet, the parent company of Google. It's like that overachieving kid in school who somehow excels at everything, except maybe social skills. They're everywhere, from search engines to self-driving cars, and they're so deeply embedded in our lives it's almost like they're reading our minds, which, let's be honest, they probably are. Don't look at your phone now, but they're probably logging that too. And their market value? It's enough to make a small country blush. We're talking GDP levels of, say, a moderately successful European nation, one with, universal healthcare and decent public transport, the kind of things Alphabet employees probably enjoy, while simultaneously making it harder for the rest of us to afford. It's almost obscene, the amount of money they have. I mean, they could probably solve world hunger and still have enough left over to buy a solid gold yacht shaped like a giant Chromebook. But hey, at least we have Google Maps, right? I mean, how else would we know the fastest route to existential dread? And let's not forget YouTube, a platform that started with people sharing videos of their cats and now hosts everything from makeup tutorials to conspiracy theories about lizard people controlling the government. It's a chaotic mess, but it's our chaotic mess, and Alphabet's making a killing off of it. Alphabet is more than just a search engine, it's a sprawling empire of digital services, each with its own unique way of harvesting our data. From Gmail to Google Docs, they've got their fingers in every pie, and those pies are filled with our personal information. Delicious. And don't even get me started on the targeted advertising. It's like they know our deepest desires, our darkest fears, our weirdest fetishes for, say, miniature porcelain teacups. No judgment, I've been there. They're watching, they're listening, they're judging, and they're selling. It's the circle of life in the digital age. They've even branched into things like artificial intelligence and life extension research. So, not only are they tracking our every move in the present, they're actively trying to extend our lives so they can track us for even longer. It's thoughtful, in a dystopian Black Mirror kind of way, and all of this makes them richer than Croesus, richer than Midas, richer than that dragon Smog sitting on his hoard of gold. Seriously, if dragons were real, they'd probably be taking investment advice from Alphabet. And let's not forget their moonshot projects. These are the wild, ambitious ideas that could change the world. Like Project Loon, which aims to provide internet access to remote areas using high-altitude balloons. Or their work in quantum computing, which could revolutionize everything from cryptography to drug discovery. They're not just thinking about the next big thing, they're thinking about the next big century. And while some of these projects might seem like science fiction, remember, so did self-driving cars a decade ago. Alphabet is shaping the future in ways we can't even fully comprehend yet. So, as we continue to integrate their services into our daily lives, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer scale of their ambition. They're not just a company, they're a vision of the future, for better or worse. And whether we like it or not, we're all along for the ride. So buckle up, because the journey with Alphabet is just getting started. Amazon, the everything store. Need a book? Amazon. Need a new TV? Amazon. Need a new TV? Amazon. They have a vast selection from the latest models to budget-friendly options. Need a life-sized cardboard cutout of Jeff Bezos? Probably Amazon. They have the most unexpected items you can think of. They sell everything from A to Z, quite literally. From everyday essentials to the most obscure items, Amazon has it all. And they're so efficient, they can probably deliver it to your doorstep before you even finish clicking the buy button. It's remarkable, really. Their logistics network is unparalleled. They've managed to turn instant gratification into a multi-billion-dollar business. The convenience they offer has become a cornerstone of modern consumerism. They've tapped into our primal desire for stuff, our inherent need to accumulate things, our deep-seated urge to fill our homes with unnecessary purchases. It's a cycle of consumption that seems never-ending, and their market value, it's larger than the GDP of many countries. This speaks volumes about their influence and reach. We're talking nations with, functioning governments and complex economies. Amazon's economic power is a force to be reckoned with. Amazon is basically its own country, with its own rules, its own currency, Prime Points, and its own army of delivery drivers. They have created an ecosystem that millions rely on. It's a bit terrifying if you think about it. The level of control and influence they wield is unprecedented. They have more power than some elected officials. Their decisions can impact global markets and economies. They can make or break small businesses with a single algorithm tweak. The fate of many entrepreneurs rests in their hands. They're like a benevolent dictator, ruling over our consumerist desires with an iron fist, wrapped in bubble wrap. Look at this warehouse. It's a marvel of modern engineering. It's a cathedral of consumerism, a monument to our collective addiction to online shopping. Every aisle tells a story of our buying habits. It's filled with miles of shelves, stacked high with everything you could ever possibly want, and probably a lot of things you don't. The sheer volume is staggering. It's a marvel of logistics, a testament to the power of efficient supply chains. The precision and speed are awe-inspiring. It's also a stark reminder of the human cost of our insatiable desire for cheap goods and fast delivery. The workers behind the scenes often face grueling conditions, but hey, at least we can get that novelty toilet plunger delivered by drone, right? The future of delivery is here. And let's not forget the robots. They are becoming an integral part of the fulfillment process. Amazon warehouses are increasingly automated with robots zipping around, fetching and carrying our purchases with tireless efficiency. They work alongside humans to keep the system running smoothly. It's the future of retail, and it's kind of terrifying. The blend of technology and commerce is reshaping the industry. It's like a scene from a science fiction movie, except instead of dystopian overlords, we have, Jeff Bezos. His vision has transformed the way we shop, and instead of robot armies, we have robot warehouse workers. They are the silent workforce behind our online orders. It's slightly less terrifying, but still pretty unsettling. The future is here, and it's both exciting and daunting. Well, there you have it. The top 5 biggest companies in 2024 dominating the world one click, one search, one barrel of oil at a time. These companies have not only shaped the market but have also redefined how we live, work, and interact with the world around us. These are the giants of our age, the titans of industry, the behemoths of, you get the idea. Their influence stretches far and wide, touching nearly every aspect of our daily lives. They're incredibly powerful, incredibly wealthy, and incredibly influential. Their decisions can sway markets, influence global policies, and even shape the future of technology and innovation. They shape our lives in ways we probably don't even fully understand. From the devices we use to the way we shop, work, and communicate, their impact is profound and far-reaching. They're the puppet masters of the digital age, pulling the strings of our consumerist desires. Every click, every purchase, every interaction is meticulously analyzed and optimized to keep us engaged in spending. It's a bit daunting, isn't it, to realize that so much of our world is orchestrated by a handful of corporations. To think that so much power is concentrated in the hands of so few. It's a modern-day oligarchy where corporate leaders hold more sway than many governments. It's like a real-life game of Monopoly, except instead of Boardwalk and Park Place, they own the entire internet, the global supply chain, and the future of energy. Their reach is almost unfathomable. But hey, at least we have Prime delivery, right? The convenience they offer is undeniable, making our lives easier in countless ways. So, what do you think? How do you feel about these companies holding so much power and influence over our lives? Which of these companies will be the biggest in the next decade? Will they continue to grow, or will new players emerge to challenge their dominance? Will Apple continue its reign of tech dominance? With their constant innovation and loyal customer base, it's hard to see them slowing down. Will Microsoft conquer the cloud? Their investments in cloud computing and AI are setting the stage for a new era of technology. Will Saudi Aramco keep pumping out the black gold? As the world shifts towards renewable energy, their role in the energy sector will be crucial. Will Alphabet become even more alphabetical? Their ventures into various sectors make them a formidable force in the tech world. Will Amazon finally achieve world domination and start delivering packages via teleportation? Their relentless pursuit of efficiency and innovation keeps them at the forefront of logistics. Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts and predictions are always fascinating to read. We'd love to hear your predictions, your conspiracy theories, your existential dread. The future is uncertain, and your insights could shed light on what lies ahead. And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe because, algorithms. Thanks for watching. Your support helps us continue to bring you insightful content. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Spread the word and join the conversation. Let us know in the comments which company you think will be the biggest in the next decade. Your opinion matters and could spark an interesting debate. And as always, subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time. Stay curious and keep exploring the world of business and technology with us.